being done. Very much.
In a dramatic escalation, President Trump tonight ordering U.S. airstrikes on 3 nuclear sites inside Iran.
Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat.
Calling the attack successful and saying he hopes it will lead to new negotiations and an end to the fighting between Iran and Israel. The targets include the Fordo nuclear enrichment facility buried deep under a mountain that only U.S. bunker-busting bombs could reach. President Trump had set a 2-week deadline late last week to allow time for a diplomatic solution before changing course. Early Saturday, Iran sent a barrage of missiles into Israel. Israeli forces have been hammering Iranian nuclear and military sites, aiming to destroy the nation's ability to build a nuclear weapon.
I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue.
Immediate reaction coming in from Capitol Hill, with Republican Representative Thomas Massie, who introduced a bipartisan war powers resolution last week, saying of the U.S. strikes, quote, "This is not constitutional." Others, including House Speaker Mike Johnson, praising the move for preventing the, quote, "world's largest state sponsor of terrorism" from obtaining the most lethal weapon on the planet. Iran's supreme leader warned last week that any U.S. military involvement would bring irreparable damage. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The Zionist enemy has made a grave mistake. They have committed a major crime and must be punished, and they are being punished. Right now, they are being punished. The punishment that the Iranian people and our armed forces have inflicted and are inflicting on this wicked enemy and will continue to do so in the future is severe. It is a harsh punishment and has weakened them. Even the fact that their American friends are stepping in and making statements is a sign of their weakness and incapacity. Recently, the President of the United States has started making threats. He was threatening us. He continues to threaten us. And with crude and unacceptable language, he is quickly demanding that the Iranian people come and surrender to him. When one sees these things, it is truly astonishing. First of all, threats should be made to those who are actually afraid of. The Iranian nation has shown that it does not become fearful in the face of threats from those who threaten. Telling the Iranian people to come and surrender is not a reasonable statement. People of wisdom, those who know Iran, understand this. They know the Iranian nation. Anyone who knows the history of Iran would never utter such words. Surrender to what? The Iranian nation is not one to surrender. We do not attack anyone, and under no circumstances do we accept aggression from anyone, nor will we ever surrender to anyone's aggression. This is the logic of the Iranian nation. This is the spirit of the Iranian people. The Americans, those who are familiar with the politics of this region, know that America's involvement in this matter is absolutely to its own detriment. The damage it will suffer in this regard will be far greater than any harm that might come to Iran.
First of all praise to the Father Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakadash. Shabbat Shalom to all the brothers and sisters in recognition to observing this day for worshiping the Most High. Sundown this evening to sundown tomorrow evening, my people. Let's get some rest, worship, and praises in to the Father Yahweh and Yahweh Shai name, because he is definitely worthy of such, and it is a commandment throughout all of our dwellings as his people. That's just what it is. And the way things are going, we better draw near to the Most High as close as we can, because prophecy is rapidly fulfilling itself in these last days. This particular image right here was a picture that I came across that happened, I think, back in October of last year, where you had some attacks, some bombings happening in Lebanon. And in the smoke, you can see this big giant face. You see what I'm saying? This big giant face. It's funny in a sense to me, because the reason why I say that is because a lot of people don't believe in the Most High's word. You know, and they say there's no proof in the Bible. It was written by white men. Well, it wasn't written by white men, okay? It was actually written by so-called black men that were ordained by the Most High himself to write. And everything that is prophesied is coming into fruition so fast that we can't even keep up with prophecy, okay? But yeah, this image, and there are a lot more images, you know, rose up in the smoke, okay? Now, ever since the river Euphrates dried up, this is all that we've seen coming out of the Middle East, the Far East over there. War, okay, which we're going to get to that. But before we do, let's start here in Ezekiel 38. Let's take it down from 1 to 4. And it reads, "And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief of prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back, and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine enemy horses, and horsemen of all them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords." Okay? This is what's coming, people. War, as the Most High has prophesied. These things must be fulfilled before the coming of the Hamashiach, which won't be long, saints. For those of you that know what it is, it won't be long. We see prophecy fulfilling itself so fast that we can keep up with it. Now, over here in Joel chapter 3, verse 9, it reads, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare for war," or prepare war. "Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up." Okay? What are we watching? What are we seeing? Okay? There's finna to be war. Why? Because the Most High has prophesied these things in his word. It is ordained for these things to come into fruition. So therefore, what the Most High says, it will be. Okay? So there's no need to be afraid unless you are not in him and he's not in you. How do you make that happen? Well, you make that happen by simply turning your back on your wicked ways and repenting in Yahweh Shai's name and asking the Most High to forgive you for your sins and let the Hamashiach come within you and save you. That's basically what it is. Save you from what's to come, and also that your name be written in the book of life when it's all said and done, because this is what it's all leading up to. Okay, this is going to happen. You know, let's see here. Let's read Joel chapter 3, verse 6. "The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and daughters and your daughters into the land of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabaeans, to a people far off. For the Lord hath spoken it. proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves, and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourself together about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be weakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. How's the Most High doing this? Through war. See, this war is all about us, his people, because what they have done to us as his people. You see, and this is the reason why these things must come into fruition. Why? Let's go over here in Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. It says here, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Okay? They're not going to possess any more lands after this is all said and done. Okay? The wicked, that is. A slaughter is being prepared. You see? Isaiah chapter 14, verse 18. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden underfoot. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou have destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renewed. See, this is their last run. This is their last run. They're finna be swept off of the face of the earth. You see what I mean? Verse 21, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant, and son and nephew, saith the Lord. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the basin of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. The Lord of hosts hath sworn, saying, surely, as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand. Okay? The word of the Most High is the only thing that you can count on. It will be fulfilled, people. Okay? Luke chapter 21, verse 24. The Hamashiach speaking. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. This right here, people, has already taken place. When it says here, this is when our people, our ancestors messed up, and we went into captivity. Okay? But what goes around shall come again. Okay? Except this time we are going to be freed, and the Gentiles are the ones that's going into captivity. Okay? Why? Because it says here, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentile be fulfilled. So therefore, who do we have over there in the Holy Land pretending to be us? The Gentiles. They claim to be the Most High's people, but they're not. I have proof of that, which I know anyway. But for example, there was last year a gay parade in the Holy Land, in Israel. Now, any child of the Most High knows the Most High ain't down with that. Okay? For example, so therefore, the time of the Gentiles is about to be fulfilled, people. Okay? Because they are not the people. And they must be the ones removed off of that land. How is the Most High going to do that? Through war. He's going to let them pretty much take themselves out. And then he's going to show up and they're going to try to fight him and he's going to obliterate them. That's basically what it all boils down to. That particular day in the Valley of Jehoshaphat, they're going to be coming down there to fight one another. But then the Hamashiach going to show up and that's it. Okay? Now, let's go over here in Revelation chapter 9, verse 14. Remember what I said about this right here. You see that? This big spirit. Well, he's got faces within faces, but just look at that. Magnificent in his own glory, the Most High made him. Okay? That's what it is. Now, here in Revelation chapter 9, verse 14, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. Okay? Now, I'm saying this. Ever since, now we've always heard about wars, you know what I mean, over in the Middle East. Okay? But ever since the river Euphrates has drawn up, there's been a lot of killing going on. Let's see why. Revelation chapter 9, verse 11. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon. They talking about those serpent people. The dragon, Satan himself. But in the Greek tongue had this name Apollyon. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before Yahweh, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. Listen to this, folks. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. You hear that, folks? To slay a third part of men. Verse 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having the breastplates of fire, and of jacinth, and brimstone. And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. Look at that. You see that? This ain't no joke, people. The Most High word is as real as you sitting here in your fleshly body breathing. This is what it is. This is how close we are linked to the supernatural. If you can't see what I'm talking about here, then you're spiritually blind. You are spiritually blind. You better pray for the Ruach to enter within you, you know, to open your spiritual eye. This is no joke, folks. Okay? A third part of men is being slain as we speak. That's what the reason for this whole entire war thing is going on. Check this out. Revelation 16, verse 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Well, the kings of the east is being prepared. Now, it's not going to be long also that the old devil himself is going to make himself known. I've been saying this for a while, but the closer you get to this war, you're going to see him come up. You're going to see him come up. You watch and see what I said, because this is where he's going to come from, the Antichrist himself, from Lebanon, over in the Middle East. Just watch. Let's read. Revelation 16, verse 9. And men were scorched with great heat and blasphemed the name of Yahweh, which hath power over the plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast. And his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain, and blasphemed the God of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up. I want you people to Google this. The great river Euphrates. They'll take you from when it was full all the way up to where it's dry now. Okay? So you know what's happening. Let's continue. That the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouths of the dragon. Remember what I said about Satan? He's going to go ahead and reveal himself. You see, here it is. And out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Okay? For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh Almighty. Okay? The valley of decision, the valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay? That's when the Most High coming to get them. Behold, I come as a thief. Bless he that walketh and keepeth his garment, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Meaning you don't want to get caught slacking from the Most High. You don't want to get caught like that. You better repent while you can. And if you think that these spirits right here don't have any power to make these people fight one another, well, let me prove it to you that they do. Let's go over here in 1 Kings 22:22. See what it reads. Now, and the Lord said unto him, wherewith? Question. And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. This is a spirit telling the Most High that. Okay? And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. This is the Most High gave that spirit, that angel, the orders to do these things. This is how a third part of men is being slayed. Getting into the minds, whispering spirits in the ears of these people to make them carry out the Most High's will. Okay? Now, 1 Kings 22 verse 19. And he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the hosts of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? Question. And one said, on this manner, and another said, on that manner. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? Question. And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Okay? Verse 23. Now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets. And the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee. But Zedekiah, the son of Shaniah, went near and smote Micaiah on the cheek and said, which way went the spirit of the Lord from me to speak unto thee? Question. And Micaiah said, behold, thou shalt see in that day, when thou shalt go into an inner chamber to hide them thyself. Okay? This is where we at, folks. We are up on that day. You see, now you see what I mean about these spirits right here. You got to be careful. You see what I mean? But yeah, these spirits are carrying out the Most High's will, these angels. Okay, so yeah, this is how we know that the Most High is in control, and he sent these spirits to do these things, to slay a third part of men. And this is the reason why those 4 angels was loosed from the bottom of Euphrates. Okay, Matthew 24 verse 27. As has always been said, the Hamashiach speaking, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Okay, this is what we're seeing, folks. Get ready. Get ready. Now, let's read Matthew 24 verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Are we not hearing this, people? Are you listening? Are your ears open? Do your eyes see? See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrows, folks. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. Some of these things are going to happen to our people, folks. Just so you know. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Now, you already know what kind of people you deal with. You see what I mean? So you better know what to do. You better know how to get folks like that or from around you. Don't have nothing to do with them, because they will deliver you up. Because they're not near the Most High. They don't care, and they jealous, envious, and they got a lot of hate in them. Okay, but this is what it boils down to, folks. Look here, Isaiah 55 verse 6. Listen here. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Do it now. Don't procrastinate. Do it now. For those of you that don't know, you better wake up. Time is running out. That's all I got on this lesson, people. I hope I said something to stimulate your spiritual growth. And I hope you found the lesson edifying. All praise to the Father Yahweh in Yahweh's name. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched, simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out.